You just got paid, and that sweet Venmo notification pops up. Awesome, right? But then a tiny, nagging thought creeps in, wait, is this taxable? If you're a freelancer, that thought probably morphs into a full-blown anxiety attack around tax season. Believe me, you're not alone. The world of freelance income and taxes, especially with platforms like Venmo in the mix, can feel like a labyrinth designed by a particularly mischievous accountant. It's confusing, it's constantly evolving, and frankly, it's not what you signed up for when you decided to be your own boss. You wanted the freedom, the flexibility, the ability to work in your pajamas, not a crash course in IRS regulations. But here's the thing, understanding how Venmo interacts with your freelance taxes isn't just about avoiding penalties, though that's a pretty good motivator. It's about empowering yourself. It's about knowing exactly how much of that hard-earned money is truly yours, and how to keep more of it. It's about setting yourself up for financial success, not just for this tax year, but for every year going forward. For years, Venmo was seen by many as this casual, peer-to-peer payment app, perfect for splitting dinner bills or sending your roommate their share of the rent. And for those personal transactions, it largely remains that way. But as the gig economy exploded, freelancers, side hustlers, and small business owners started using it for business transactions too. It was convenient, quick, and everyone seemed to be on it. The IRS, however, has been playing catch-up. They realized that a significant amount of income was flowing through these third-party payment networks without proper reporting. This led to changes, particularly with the introduction of new reporting thresholds. Remember the old $20,000 and 200 transaction threshold for 1,099K forms? Well, for a brief period, that threshold was drastically lowered to just $600. While that particular change has been subject to further delays and adjustments, it highlighted a crucial point: the IRS is serious about tracking income from these platforms. And this is where the confusion and anxiety really kicked in for freelancers. Every Venmo payment suddenly felt like a ticking tax bomb. Do I report everything? What if it's personal? What's the difference between a business and a personal transaction on Venmo's eyes, and more importantly, in the IRS's eyes? Don't worry. We're going to demystify all of it today. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear understanding of. First, we'll tackle the basics: what kinds of Venmo payments are taxable for freelancers, and which ones aren't. This distinction is crucial, and it's where many freelancers get tripped up. Second, we'll dive into the infamous 1099K form. What is it? When will you receive one from Venmo? And most importantly, how do you handle it when you do? We'll cover the current status of the reporting thresholds and what that means for you in the upcoming tax seasons. Third, and this is where you can really save yourself some headaches, we'll talk about best practices for managing your Venmo transactions as a freelancer. This includes tips for categorization, record keeping, and how to avoid commingling personal and business funds. Fourth, we'll explore the power of deductions. This is your secret weapon against the hefty tax bill. We'll touch on common freelance deductions that can significantly reduce your taxable income, even if you're using Venmo for all your transactions. And finally, we'll discuss some crucial long-term strategies for tax planning as a freelancer, moving beyond just Venmo and into a more holistic approach to managing your finances. So, let's get started with the fundamental question: what Venmo payments are taxable for freelancers? The short answer is, any payment you receive through Venmo for goods or services you provide as part of your freelance business is considered taxable income by the IRS. It doesn't matter if it's a payment for web design, writing, graphic design, consulting, dog walking, tutoring, or selling handmade crafts. If it's income earned from your business activities, it's taxable. This is a critical point to understand. Many freelancers mistakenly believe that if they don't receive a 1099K, the income isn't taxable. This is absolutely false. The 1099K is simply an information return that Venmo, or any other third-party payment network, sends to the IRS and to you, indicating the total amount of payments processed through their platform. Your obligation to report all your taxable income exists regardless of whether you receive a $1,099K or not. Think of it this way. If someone pays you in cash for a freelance service, you still have to report that income, even though no official form is generated. Venmo payments are no different in this regard. Now, what about personal payments? This is where Venmo's original design can create confusion. If your friend Venmos you for your share of a pizza, or if your mom sends you money for your birthday, those are personal payments. They are not income from your business, and therefore, they are not taxable. Venmo allows you to designate payments as personal or for goods and services. While this distinction is helpful for their internal tracking and for compliance with reporting requirements, the ultimate responsibility for accurate reporting lies with you. It's vital that if you are using Venmo for both personal and business transactions, you are meticulous about marking them correctly. Let's move on to the $1,099K. This is the form that has caused so much recent anxiety. Historically, third-party payment networks like Venmo were only required to issue a Form 1099K if you had more than $20,000 in gross payments and more than 200 individual transactions in a calendar year. This threshold was in place for a long time. However, the American Rescue Plan Act of 2021 changed this, lowering the threshold to a mere $600 for tax years beginning after December 31, 2021. This meant that if you received more than $600 in payments for goods and services through Venmo in a year, they would be required to issue you a $1,099K. Now, here's where it gets a little complicated again, due to further legislative action and IRS delays. For the 2023 tax year, the taxes you file in 2024, the IRS announced a delay in implementing the $600 threshold. They essentially reverted to the old $20,000 and 200 transaction threshold for 2023. And most recently, for the 2024 tax year, the taxes you'll file in 2025, the IRS announced a further delay and a planned transition period for the $1,099K threshold, aiming for a $5,000 threshold for 2024 before eventually reaching the $600 threshold. What does this mean for you, the freelancer? It means that for now, the higher thresholds are still largely in play for most people. However, you absolutely cannot rely on not receiving a $1,099K as an indicator that your income isn't taxable. The IRS is making it clear they are moving towards stricter reporting. Even if Venmo doesn't send you a $1,099K because you didn't meet the threshold, any income you received for your freelance services is still 100% taxable and must be reported on your tax return. This is where meticulous record keeping becomes your best friend. With that said, thanks for watching and until next time.